All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Craps with John here from Pro Craps Channel. We're on Casino Gaming TV, and yeah, it's Tuesday here, so let's give it some announcements. I got a lot to go over before we start play today. So first things first, always talking about DiceCon. DiceCon, as you know, is happening in June. I talked to the guys from Spinetti's yesterday. So Spinetti's gambling house or gambling supply company. They're in Vegas. I think they're down by Fremont Street somewhere. Part of the Color Up DiceCon is going to be, we're going to have a craps crawl, by the way, going casino to casino, hopping around, which will be super fun. We're going to go see the Mob Museum. We're going to go see the Neon Museum. We're going to do more than just play craps. But one of our stops is going to be at Spinetti's. And Spinetti's is like pretty famous. They build craps tables there. They build all sorts of tables. They make custom layouts. They have like the world's largest chip collection, and they have Pro Craps Lammers, and they're gonna have my chips. So the chips that I'm ordering. So while I'm there, I'm gonna go pick all that stuff up. So anyway, that's kind of a cool little side trip down there. I talked to the guy from Spinetti's yesterday about getting a couple things. One is going to be kind of trader chips. So I definitely want to do. If you all have your chips, I know some of you do. Some of you guys are YouTubers. I know Brian does. If you're going and you have chips, we'll do the chip exchange thing, which is actually kind of a cool thing. I didn't know that was a thing. When I was in Reno with Brian and those guys, I didn't know that people had their own custom chips and did chip exchanges until I got there and didn't have any, and was collecting chips and having nothing to give back. So if you're going and you've got chips, this will be kind of fun. So Waylon, that's a call out to you. You got to get yourself to Vegas. That'd be pretty fun. And get yourself some of those Waylon's Way Craps chips made. That design that we got for you right there is such a great little design. That works perfect on a chip. So that would be pretty cool to see. Anyway, what else is happening? The Milestone watch is happening. Yeah, Ian, if we do this, again, it makes me sad. I love that you want the Lammers. I hate charging for those things. Like Spinetti's can charge you for them, but like I hate they're expensive. They're $1.75 each. So yeah, if you want some, and we'll talk over email. I'll email you. We'll figure that out for you. The Milestone watch, by the way, we're getting close. We're getting close, D-Gens. Waylon is at $991. Greg is at $988, and On Point is at $867. He's got some little ways to go still, but the other two are gonna hit their 1,000 this week, which is cool. And I joked about it on Greg's channel. I think I'm gonna unsubscribe to both of them and just hang out and like hit refresh a million times until they're at $999 and then be their 1,000th person. I'm so happy that they're that high. And Greg it's so good to have Greg back in the mix. Greg's going live all the time now, which is fantastic. But yeah, Waylon's doing great. There are a couple newbie channels that I've been checking out recently. Iniquity's Party Pit is actually run by, you've seen him in the chat here, Crypto Schmipto. I didn't know he had that chat. I didn't know they were the same person. And I'd seen those go fly by on my YouTube recommendations, but I've kind of ignored it because it's a lot of white noise. But I went there yesterday and watched a couple of his videos. He does a really good job of breaking things down. I like if you go to the Iniquity's Party Pit, check out his video on, I think it's called the he calls it Iniquity's Trident, he calls it. And basically it's just playing the 6-7-8. So Jacob does the 6-7-8 strategy. And what Crypto's doing here on this one is he's flipping it upside down. Instead of having the don't hedge the 6 and 8, he has the 6 and 8 hedging the don't. And he's going after the don't pass. It's really a cool way of looking at it. Love that. He's brand new. I think it's 17 subscribers. Let's go ahead and start rocking his world over there. And Dice DJ's a new guy too. I think he's very low in the subscriber count. He's very, very new. But literally reminds me of me 6 months ago. Like he's in his living room, he's doing his thing. Here's how I play, right? I just really, really good. Two newcomers that have got some great content. Another one who's coming, and I don't know what they're doing yet, is a person I follow on Twitter called Vegas Duffy. I think Vegas Duffy lives in Seattle, I think, based on how they tweet. They go to Vegas back and forth a lot. Vegas Duffy and another Twitter person that I follow are doing a joint, they're calling it an online craps community. I have no idea what that means, but they asked for help. So I reached out to them and see what I can do. I think they're going to do like a website thing. I don't think it's going to be a YouTube channel, but it's going to be something else that they're doing for craps community. So we'll see what they're up to. Once I know about that, I'll post it out here, and then we'll go scattering off and try and build them up as well, whatever we do. I think it's cool that we can do this as a group. I love that. Casino Gaming TV, a couple things to announce. Craps Chat's coming Sunday at this Sunday coming up, obviously, at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. So do your math for your time zone in between. Topics to be determined, according to Jeff. I don't know. We've talked about doing some talk about like superstitions and etiquette and that kind of thing. But on that same note, I talked to my dealer friend last night, who you've seen here in the chat. I'll let him announce the show when the time is right. We talked for a long time last night. He's got some really interesting thoughts on player etiquette, the way he wants bets called to him. I actually learned a couple of new things last night from just from talking to him about how they want to hear things. Very, very interesting. So I may have him join us, not this week. He can't do it this week, maybe on a future one. And we'll have him as a guest, maybe if Jeff would like to do that on the Craps Chat to help launch his actual weekly show, which is going to be cool. He's got a friend that he deals with who does poker, who we're talking to about having like them on the same show, or maybe having like a poker specific show from a dealer's perspective, which would be, I think, really, really interesting. So Casino Gaming TV, again, taking some left and right hand turns from the craps talk, which I think was the point all along, which is good. Hawaii Crap Shooters tournament's going to be in 3 weeks. Brian and I yesterday were testing out the live stream, just farting around. Let's see if we can get this damn thing to work. And he turns it on. Good morning, Brian. And like 25 people show up, and it turns into a craps chat show, a random, like, just, hey, let's just talk about craps for a while. It was kind of fun. You guys are all a bunch of degenerates, because any one of us goes live and we come like out of the woodwork to go watch ourselves. It's fun, man. It's so cool to, like, no matter who's going live, I can click into that live stream and I can see 4 or 5 of you that I know in the stream, and we're already talking. I mean, it's so cool that we're doing this. So I think Brian would agree. We had the tech stack largely figured out. I did a different thing in YouTube Studio that lets Brian now live stream to my channel. Brian can now live stream to Hawaii Crap Shooters plus Casino Gaming. I didn't have to give him the password, which was cool. Seems like it's working pretty good. So now I can test that same strategy, or that same tech strategy, out with Jeff at Mid-Atlantic. And if it works with Jeff, who doesn't use the same software Brian uses, then we have 2 softwares covered. And we're going to get this thing. We're going to get this thing working. We're going to get this thing working to where everybody can do their live streams without a problem. And it's going to be, I hate to say dope. Can I say it's going to be dope? I'm like 53, but it's going to be awesome. Finally, the Discord channel is going. A lot of you are there. We're not talking a lot yet, but we should get in there and start talking some more. But I changed the link. So now just go to casinogaming.tv. It'll bring you right to the Discord invite, which then you get into Discord. I'll change the website soon, but I wanted to make it easier to remember. So casinogaming.tv, and that's it. So there you go. That's how you get there. You're right, Troy. People hit the live streams for the chat as much. There's days I'm out here talking, I'm working my ass off. I'm at the table, I'm talking, I'm doing math, I'm hustling, and you guys are talking about boobs and shit. Like, it's like, whatever. I don't really care. It's kind of fun. We are all good friends. It's really pretty awesome. So that is what's happening. So here's what I do. So 0.7 out, Troy. The way that YouTube works is this. People ask this a lot. Let me cover this. When I do a live stream like I'm doing right now, what happens is my software, of course, whatever you're using, streams to YouTube Live, as you know. And it goes to YouTube as a live stream with the chat. YouTube then does a thing called processing, whatever the hell that means. And it goes from standard definition to high definition. Sometimes that takes an hour. Sometimes it takes a half an hour. Sometimes it takes 7 hours. I don't know why. My thing shows processing forever. When the processing's done, only at that point does the video show up on the list, and only at that point do the chats show up. And you'll only see them on Casino Gaming TV. You'll not see those ever on the ProCraps channel. I live stream to both channels, but I delete the ProCraps channel stream as soon as it's done. So the whole show lives on Casino Gaming TV, usually a few hours afterwards when YouTube is done doing its magic. Then the chats will be there on that channel. So everybody should be joining from Casino Gaming TV. not from ProCraps, because that's where you'll see all the chats. But it takes it a minute. I don't know why for the chats to show up. They're doing some magic, and it takes a while. So there you go. That's how that works, and it's annoying that takes so long, and I can't fix it. All right, so Brian says loving the 410 Bank Street. Yeah, we're going to talk about that today. Actually, let's actually look at what's on tap for us. What's on tap for us, as you know, I'm working through my sort of toolkit strategies, the ways that I play. I don't play all these all the time. These are things that I will jump into and out of when I'm surfing a table or just in a mood to play a certain way. This week, I mistakenly went into the 410 Bank Street yesterday. We jumped into that thing a little bit early, just as a side shot, and I thought, well, maybe now we should teach on it. So today we're going to teach on the 410 Bank Street. I'm going to show you that strategy because it's kind of a cool one, and we'll dive into a little bit more with it. Tomorrow, actually, I'm doing that one tomorrow. Today I'm going to do the offensive line. I think that was the point. I think that's what I put it. Yeah, today, I forget what I put up on the site today. Today, I forgot. I'm so sleepy here. Today we're doing the offensive line, I think. Yes, offensive line. Sorry about the distraction there. That's my plan for today. They're both similar in terms of they use a little bit of a ladder. And what I want to get us to, obviously, is getting the building blocks in place so we can talk about team play. The other thing we're going to do this week is we're going to do the 410 Bank Street, which is fun. We're going to do the offensive lineman today, which is a ladder progression on the line. Friday, we're going to do another Dale and Bear breakdown because Wayland is taking over YouTube right now. And what I want to do with the Dale and Bear, the Wayland stuff, I want to do, today I'm going to break down a basic ladder for you so you can understand how the basic core ladder works. But I also want to take some time and break down at least one of Wayland's strategies. We'll do the UIS, the Ultimate Inside Strategy. Break that one down to see how the math on that thing works. Because it's interesting how the math works on it, how it works itself out. And if you want to, we can pick another, and I'll even let Wayland pick it. I don't care which one. We'll pick another one of Wayland's strategies to break down, and I want to really go slow with it. And like I'll do today with the offensive lineman, break down how the ladders work, the way that Wayland runs them. Because it's interesting, I've spent my entire life not wanting to run a ladder because when I do ladders, I get whacked because bankroll, right? And I've told Wayland the same thing. I'm keep getting whacked on the bankroll here, which is true to some extent. Bankroll's a factor. Bankroll can be mitigated. We can talk about bankroll later. You can have a smaller overall bankroll, but a ton of chips. You can break $500 down into $5 chips and have a lot of bankroll to do your systems with. So it works at scale. But I want people to see really how the math on your stuff works, Wayland. So we're going to go ahead and spend Friday just on that. And it'll probably be good because I think by Friday, you and Greg will both be at 1,000. It'll be kind of a nice celebration of where everybody is. So we're going to break those down. Friday will be kind of like ladder day. So that's my plan. Offensive lineman today, the 410 Bank Street tomorrow, Dale and Bear, Wayland breakdown stuff on Friday. And we'll really get into how all these things work. And again, dice have to cooperate, but we'll see how they work. So good morning, Uncle Benz. How you doing, my friend? We see a lot of good familiar faces here, which is great. All right, let's dive into the offensive line. Yeah, Wayland. So again, UIS will do one for sure. They won't take long to go through. Pick another one. I don't care which one you pick. Preferably one that I can get through in a half an hour because I've got an hour show. So we'll see. Oh, hey, Dice Jedi's here. So yeah, Dice Jedi is who I was talking to last night, by the way. He's a dealer. Here for the live show, finally. We had a great talk last night, and the dealer show is going to be wickedly cool. It's funny. You've been dealing for a short time, and you've already got like hours and hours and hours of stories. It's interesting to hear dealers talk about the table and how the tables feel and work and all of that. It's going to be, it's trust me, it's going to be fun. That's my new favorite show. All right. The offensive lineman. Here's the offensive lineman, guys. It's going to be one of these. See, the offensive lineman is going to be a kind of an attack, okay? You can play the offensive lineman strategy as your go-to strategy. It can be the way that you play. And in fact, if you want to be a dark side player, this is a great way to walk up to the table and just hammer the dark side. This is a complete hatchet job on the line. You'll see how I do this. It's going to be a 1-unit bet to start with. Like every ladder type strategy, this is a ladder. We're going to start with 1 unit. We're going to progress our wins aggressively. The point to the strategy is to be aggressive. I'm not going to sit there and take 1 unit wins all day long. That's going to be a little bit boring. I progress. You know, I love my 1, 3, 2, 4 progression. For sure, the 1, 3, 2, maybe dropping the 4 in there. We'll see. You can progress any way you want to. I don't care what YouTube channel you watch or what article you read about, betting progressions. The 1, 3, 2, 4, the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 1, 4, 1, 2, 4, 8. You can go as far as you want to with it, but a 4 win progression and back to base. 4 win progression, back to base. I do like the 1, 2, 3, 4 because you're collecting after that second hit every time. So you're bringing money back after the second parlay, which is good. The 1, 3, 2, 4 guarantees you a profit through 3. There's interesting ways, I think, to approach it. So we're going to do a 1 unit base bet. We're going to progress our wins, and then we're going to ladder on the losses. So we're going to do both. We're going to have a progression on the wins. We're going to attack the streak with the wins. We're also going to ladder the losses. Now, on your losses, you have a choice. You can either take a loss, ladder up to where you were, parlay that win and start over again, or take that win and then jump right into the progression from that point. If you do that, you're going to have a lot more profit, obviously, but you're progressing from a point of weakness, right? And I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. But this is it. It's a simple strategy. Just got to keep tracking your rack of where you are with what level you're at. Ladder the losses, hammer the wins. That's the whole thing. This works on either line. This will work on the don't pass. This will work on the pass line. It does not matter which line you play. Matter of fact, if you wanted to switch in the middle and go from dark to light, you can do it. It's the same idea either way. You're just going to hammer your wins. That's all you're doing. You're laddering your losses, hammering your wins. Pick your side of the fence. It does not matter. So that is that's the offensive line. So yeah. Thank you, Troy, for saying that. Appreciate that. All right, here we go. Let's go to the table. I'm going to zoom in, and we're going to talk about a number of things here. And I'm just going to turn my chair around real quick, and I want to talk about the ladder first. So I'm going to get some white chips out here, and I hope you can see these okay. We're just going to do a little ladder right here in front of ourselves. So you guys can see those chips okay? We're going to take 20 chips. And I may need some more. We'll see how this works out. And it doesn't matter. And I'm using white chips because the amounts doesn't matter. A basic ladder is going to be this type of thing. So I've got 20 chips here, 4 groups of 5 chips. I'm going to pay myself for my losses so you can see how this works. On a ladder, you're going to bet, let's say, on the don't pass. And let's say you lose it. You go up by a unit, so there's 2. Let's say you lose that. You go up by 1, 2, 3 units. And let's say that we lose that. And now we go in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, now we're down to, we've burned half our bankroll at this point. We've lost 4 units. So the next one is a 5 unit bet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You keep laddering up after every loss. 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, 3 goes to 4. Okay. At this point, you're kind of in trouble in your bankroll, but you're still kind of okay. Let's look at what happens. And I'll do this twice for you. At this level, the 5 unit level, you're going to win, obviously, 5 units. That doesn't cover your loss. I'm actually going to pay my losses out of my wins so that you can see what this looks like. So let's say we win here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that wins 5 units. Now you're still behind by 5 units. 2 choices here. 1, parlay it. Let all 10 bets just stack it right on top and get a second win in a row. If that happens, you're going to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 is 10 units. You're going to be net up 5 because this is all going to come back. You're going to go, there's your 4, and there's your net win. So you parlay it up. At that point, you're going to win 5 units. Let's do it at a smaller level. I want you to see what happens here at the small levels too. There's our 4, stacks of 5. Let's go 1 and lose it. Let's go 2. Let's go 2 and win it. We'll say we'll take 2 and we win the 2. You're going to pay 1 from your loss and 1 from the bank. And you can be done. You parlayed it once, and what happens to your rack is you're back, right? You're back to where you started from. Actually, I screwed that up. Make sure I have the right chips there. There's 1, lose it. There's 2, win it. Sorry, parlay the win. Take 4 back. Now what happens is you're here. You're at a 5-unit win, okay? When you ladder up, parlay it, and come back down again, you're always gonna be up by some percentage of your bankroll. If you do it the way that Waylon typically does it, or the way that a normal ladder works, let's do it that way too. There's a 1, there's a 2-unit loss, there's a 3-unit loss. Let's come here at 4 and win. 2, 3, 4 units, and 4 units wins there for us this time. And let's take a 4-unit win. And what we'll do this time is we'll take 1 off of our bet and come back here and have our initial bankrolls back now plus a profit. Let's say that 3 wins. We'll take 1 back, profit. Now we're at a full stack of profit. 2 wins, and now you're back at base. And that's the way that these things work, right? As you're laddering up your losses there, when you work your way back down, or if you parlay it, and you end up in the same spot. Parlaying it or working your way back down, you end up at about the same place. We'll do it one more time, and I'll do it up to 3 this time. So here's again, 10 units to start, or 20 to start with. 1 unit, loss. 2 units, loss. 3 units, a loss. We'll go to 4. Now we're gonna win. Let's say we win at 4 units. We'll win at 4. If we parlay that, there's 8 units at risk. The parlay would win you 8 units, which I'll put here. If I bring it all back to the rack at this point, if I take a parlayed win, where are we? 5. There's our initial bankroll, and here's our win amount. Not bad, right? That's the theory behind the ladder. That's how these things work in theory. And they work well if you have the bankroll to keep feeding the beast, right? When you get up in here and you lose 4, and then you lose 5, and then you lose 6 of them, now you start fighting your stack here. That's where you run into problems. But in theory, that's how they work, right? You ladder up, you work your way back down, or you ladder up, parlay it, and be out of there. The risk of a parlay versus a ladder down is big. Let's look at it again. Let's take 3. Come out with 4 after a loss of 1 and a 2 at 4. Now, if you win the 4 here, what you could do laddering down is take 1 off and pull back and be okay at this point. Or if you parlay it up, your 4 is still at risk, right? You parlay it up, you're still risking your 4. If you lose this parlay, you got to go to 5 on the next one. So it's a huge 1-roll risk to do this, the parlay system, versus working your way back down. Both can work just fine. I prefer, personally, the parlay way because I don't want to have to fight 4 or 5 times to come back down a long ladder. I'd rather just get it over with. But again, it puts more of this at risk. So that's the idea of the basic ladder. I'm going to move this into the come area here so you can see my stack. So there we go. Today's strategy is going to be what I call the offensive lineman. And let's show you how that works. It's going to be what I just basically showed you. I have a $1,000 bankroll. We're going to come out with a 1 unit. I'll start on the don't because of the number of 7s I've been throwing. And again, if we win it, what happens is this. We're going to get paid 1 unit. I'm going to add 1 to it. So we're going to go from 1 to 3. If that wins, that'll win 3 units. We're going to bring it back down to 2 and bring $100 back to our rack. That's our 50 that we started with, plus some profit. We're going to lock up profit right there on hit number 2. If that wins, we have a choice. We can go back to base, in which case I would have locked up 125, or we can stack it up and go to 4 units right there. Either way, now we're going to come back to base, $200, 225 actually. So that's the progression. It's going to be a 1, which wins. We'll add 1 to make it 3. We're going to collect 3 and make it 2. Again, we'll replace our initial investment. We'll have a profit of 2. At this point, when the 2 wins, we have a choice. We can regress back to base, or we can be aggressive in parlay. And again, it feels like to me like the best way to do that is how the table goes. Now, let's say that we did the 4 and it wins. Let's make a dream. Dreams come true, right? We take the 4, it wins. What I would do, my new base bet is 2. I'm coming back to the rack with that. That's locking it up. And our base bet is now 2, so the 2 wins. I add 2 from my rack, and now I'm here at still 3 units, but a unit now is size 2. And we build this baby up as high as we can from our wins, okay? That's the idea, is to get more aggressive as we go. I did run this I've run this a lot actually. And just last night when I ran this, I went to 0. I went down to my last $400 or last 4 units down here and came back and doubled my entire bankroll. Because you'll get those big runs when they happen. You can get an awful streak in here. And of course today, as I roll it, we'll probably get one of those awful streaks. But when you do get the 3, 4 in a row and the don't, it's a beautiful thing to see these things pay off in that level. And that's why it's called the offensive lineman. We're not playing any defense here. I'm not just laddering losses. I'm actually going after the wins here. I think this makes it interesting to do. So we're going to go ahead and run this through, and we'll see how it looks. Here we go. Yeah, and I see there's comments in there about bankroll. You need bankroll. Now, let me show you something. This bankroll here is $1,000. I'm doing it at the green level today, which is how many chips is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 40 green chips, right? So how many times can you ladder with 40 green chips is one of the questions that you're gonna have. Let's actually count this out and see how many times you can lose with 40 chips. You can lose at level 1, level 2, level 3, there's 4, there's 5, there's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Making my rack a disaster here. 3, 4, 5, 6, level 7, and level 8. You can get to 8 levels with that many chips, okay? You're right, bankroll can be an issue here. $1,000 bankroll, $25 chips, bankroll, you can only go 8 levels. And then you're down to where I was last night with your last little bit of money here, and you're kind of screwed. Now, that said, if the same $1,000 was seen to you as red chips, you'd have 200 chips to go, and you could take this up to level 20 and be okay, right? So bankroll, the size of your bankroll is directly proportionate to the number of chips you have. Don't think of bankroll in terms of dollars. I say this all the time. The dollars don't necessarily matter. It's how many chips you have. And in this case, our stack is 8 levels deep. If I just converted them all to reds, my stack would be 25 levels deep, right? So bankroll is relative to the chip color. And again, you can make it work at a smaller quote unquote level if you broke the chips down into smaller units. So that's how it's gonna work. We're gonna care about the puck today for sure because we have to track our don't pass line. So here we go, I'm gonna start it out. Let's go ahead and expand the camera view so you can see the dice landing. Let's go ahead and bump that out a little bit. And here we go. And I say on the strategy chart, 4 units per shooter. And I say that because I'm not gonna go ahead and get burned, right? I'm not gonna go ahead and like, for example, I'm not gonna let one shooter beat me multiple times down here. So you'll see what I mean. If I get like the 11 comes or whatever else, we're gonna have to use these for that. If the same guy beats me and I come out a couple of times, I'm just gonna go ahead and relax for a minute. So that's why I say I'm just gonna scope it to that. We're gonna need at least 2 per shooter because if we get a win, we're gonna have to add one from our rack and power press it up. Here we go, coming out. And I won't start hedging yet. We may get to hedging at some point, but I'm not gonna hedge early. There's a 4-2-6 for the first point. And let's go ahead and get beat. There's the shucker, 1, 2, 3. There's a 5-4-9, 5-4-9. I think that's probably visible. Can you see the dice there? I'm gonna put them in the middle of the O. I'm trying to find the right spot for you. There's a hard 4. Now, can you play other strategies like the 4-10 along with this? For sure. This is when I look at this here, by the way, I see this as an independent play besides what you're doing up here. So if you wanted to play the 410 Bank Street type of thing, and this as two separate strategies, be my guest. That will probably work pretty well, actually. There's aces. Aces. Ace is a repeat of the aces. Wow, there's something you don't see every day. That rolled, that was actually aces twice in a row. There's a 6, 4, 10. So again, if you're playing the 4, 10 along with this, you just won a couple of times. Waiting for that 7 to show up. And there's another hard 4. 2 hard 4s in the same roll. Remember how I do the 410 Bank Street, right? That hard 4 would have paid. I would have parlayed it to 100. That's a $700 hand right there, right? We just banged out at least $700 coming through here. That's actually not bad on the 410 Bank Street. There's a 3, 2, 5. There she is. There's the 7, the 4, 3, 7. Okay, so we're gonna win 1 from the house. We're gonna add 1 from our rack. I'm gonna stack them like this so you can see that there's 3 units there. Normally you would stack it up regular. I'm gonna stack them like so you can see them. There's the puck being off. Now we're coming out at $75, okay? This might be the time to break down a chip and get on that yo. This might not be a bad time to do it, right? You're gonna start hedging yourself when you get into these levels here. You don't wanna lose on a yo. Hey, I don't mind losing on a 7, like we just did. I hate losing on a yo. For some reason, that drives me the most nuts. So here we go. We've lost here. So our initial bet was 1 unit. And what I should be doing here is keeping my lammers up front. So we know that we were at 1 unit before. Even though we laddered up, here's what happens. We laddered up and we added 1 from our rack. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is come back out here with 2 units. I'm not gonna go ahead and chase, I'm not gonna chase my parlay, my power press number, I'm gonna chase my base. So I'm gonna come out with 2, not 3, and now I'm gonna mark myself to know that I was at level 2 so I don't forget where I was. Okay, coming out, $50 on the don't. Hard 6. There's the 7, 5, 2, 7, right out of the gate. So that's gonna come out and pay 50. Now, what I told you before is you have a choice here, right? At this point, you can retreat back to base and restart, or you can parlay, you can ladder from here. I'm going to go ahead and progress from here. I'm just gonna drop another 2 units out there and get 6 units in action total, but I'm only at level 3, right? There was 1 progression, we win 1, stack 1. I'm at 1, 3. Next one will be a 2. I'll bring that back down to 2 if I can get a win here. There's a 9. 6, 3, 9. Just got to beat that number. There's a yo. Yo 11. There's the shucker. 1, 2, 3. Whereas crypto calls it the stinky pinky, which I think is the funniest thing I may have ever heard in my life. Another hard 4. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We should be on the Bank Street today with these rolls. Hard 4. There's a 4, 3, 7. So we win at this level. So this is going to pay 3, 6 units. What we do is we regress our bet down to 2. So it's 1, then we did 3. Now we're at 2 units, and this all comes back. And again, I will reset my rack. There is my initial bankroll back in shape. We've got our first quarter in profit, and we can go back to level 1 here. So now we're gonna be on level 2. If that wins, we have a choice to make. We can parlay it to level 4 or go back to base. And our new base will be at size 2, 5, 3, 8. Banging a win here would be really nice. I'd love to get the 4 and just be hyper aggressive with you all. Another hard 4. Whew. I'm telling you what, Bank Street today, that was a 4, by the way. Hard 4. That would have been, man, crushing it today. 1, 2, 3, shocker. There's a 6, 5, 1, 6. We're getting closer to that 8, aren't we? Here we go. 4, 1, 5. We're all around it. Come on, Big Red, do your thing. Another hard 4. Holy crap. 4 hard 4s. Man, that's a rent payment right there, isn't it? There's a 5, 4, 9. There's a 1, 2, 3 shocker again. This has been a lot of those. I've had probably 4 of these at least. And I think 3 or 4 hard 4s. That's pretty amazing. 6, 2, 8. So we got burned here, but we already pulled profit off it. So it's not the worst thing in the world. We did win. So I'm gonna go back to base. We're gonna go back to level 1 and restart the progression down here and try and get 4 in a row. Not a bad try. All right, 5, 2, 7. Damn it, 1 roll 8. Okay, here we go. Back out with level 2. Hard 10. Wow. Hard 10. Let's go. Let's beat that. There's the 7, 6, 1, 7. So again, we get paid 2. We're gonna add 2. Progress this thing up. Let's get our oh no, you kidding? That's a bummer. So here's the deal. We lost on the 11, which I really, I'm sorry. I should have been on the 11, right? If I was not talking to you, I would have been on the 11, which would have meant this. We would have been at 75 bucks. We would have had some coverage here for our outlay, but we didn't. I'm not going to go back and do that. So we're going to lose all of it. Okay. Again, I was at level 2. I'm going to level 3 here. Now here's where the ladder is going to start causing pain. We're down 8 units right here. We're going to have to work hard as we ladder up here. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. 4, 3, 7. We'll lose here. Let's see if we can't get ourselves out of the hole. Level 4. This is going to get squirrely here if we can't get some things to happen in a row. It's a hard 10. There's a 6, 2, 8. And again, we're at level 4 here. I should mark that out so I don't forget it. Another shocker. There's a 4, 1, 5. 4, 1, 5. 5, 4, 9. 5, 4, 9. 9, Nina. Aces. Let's get it. Oh no, we didn't. Wow. Okay, here we go. There's 4. You know what's happening. This is going to get ugly down here. Level 5. You got to be actually kidding me. 4, 3, 7. All right. There's 6 units out there. Puck's off, by the way. 5, 1, 6. Of course, we get a 6, which is like the worst place to be. 5, 4, 9. Here we go. You know what's going to happen, right? I'm going to burn myself here. Ooh, midnight. The midnight. 3, 2, 5. 3, 2, 5. There's the 5, 1, 6. Picking myself off. So we got to go out to 7 now. 7 units. Now, I'm going to be at a place here where I'm not going to be able to match the parlay. I've only got 9 units left. So if I don't get it here, we're going to be in big time trouble. There's the new point of 8. And I may zero myself out. We'll see. There's a 4. We need big red to help us out here right now. There's a 10. There she is. 6, 1, 7. So that'll pay 7 units. And again, the system is the system. We're going to come out here and parlay it for 7 units. That's what we do. We're going to go for 1, take our win, and go to 3 with it. And here we go. 10. Couldn't be better. I should have been on the E for 25 bucks. I forgot to do it. All right. Let's get a 7 before 10. That's all we got to do. That's all we have to do is get a 7 before 10. Who's puckered up? If that's your paycheck out there, you puckered up right now. There's an 8, 6, 2, 8. There's a 4. And there's the 7, 5, 2, 7. That rolled 5, 2, 7. So out here we have, let's count it up. There's 525. So I'll pay that in 5 blacks. Okay. So that was our 1, 3. Now we come out here and we were at level 7. So we're going to stay out there at 2 units. I'm going to bring all this back. Let's see where we are in our rack. There's 500. There's 600. There's 750 bucks. We're technically, if I go back to base, we're going to be in profit. I want to show you this. I'm going to leave this out here because it's the system. But there's 750. If I go to 800, 900, 1,000, that's my initial bankroll. And I've got 100 and whatever this is in profit. We're actually in profit after being down to our last nickel. We are in profit. But we're going to go ahead and push all this out here and be at level 2 and be greedy and go for the extra win because it's a 1, 3, 2 progression. You could run for the hills right here. You are in profit. And in fact, we'll be back at level 1 when all this is over with. Okay, let's beat the come out here if we can. Aces, holy moly, right? There we go. Aces pays me 1, 2, 350. 350 bucks. Now what I do, there's 500. There's 800. I'm going to turn these 2 in for blacks. There's my $1,000 buy-in. And that is locked. And all this is coming home. Okay. So let not your heart be troubled. There is 450 bucks that I can color up. And there's your profit for the day. There's 475, 495 in profit. Now, we were sweating. We were down to the short and curlies there for a second, but the don't always works. The don't finds a way, right, as they say. So there it is, right? That worked today. We worked harder than I wanted to get there, but we got there with it. I could have run earlier and pulled back a little bit and done it, from a smaller point of profits. That's the offensive lineman from the don't. We had to work hard. Let's do the same. Oh, geez. Let's do the same thing now from the right side. I'm going to do the same exact progression, the same exact strategy now from the pass line. Just to see, again, you know me, I love to see how rhythm works at these tables. Let's go ahead and get our same bankroll set up again. And we'll do it from here. So we're going to go ahead and get, there's 1, 2. I should have had this preset, maybe 3. There's 800. One more. 1,000. Haven't done the pass line in a long time, so we'll see how that feels. 3. There's 4. There's 5. That's $1,000 in green. And again, we're going to work the pass line version this time. So here we go on the pass line. Now, come out winners are what we're looking for, right? These are going to crush us on the come out. Let's do it. Let's do the same thing again from the right side and see how we fare. And of course, out of the gate, the 1, 2, 3 shocker. Losing it. Out with 2. Point will be 9. I predict we're going to get whacked this time. Without the come out winners, we're going to get our butts handed to us. There's a 3. I'm sorry, there's a 5 rather. There's the midnight, cross 6s. 5, 3, 8. 5, 3, 8 on that one. 6, 3, 9. Look at that. The pass line pays. Awesome. We're going to get paid from the house. We're going to double it up or add 1 unit to it. So we're at the 3 unit level for the come out. Come out 7 here would be amazing. There it is. 6, 1, 7, come out 7. So 3 pays 6, right? 1, 2, 3 units. We're going to bring it back to 2 units. My rack gets set up with like this. There's our initial bankroll, 3 units in profit, 4 units on the field. Technically speaking, pull all that shit down and you're at $270 or $175 in profit. Not quite to 20%, but you're actually pretty quickly getting there. There's a 4-2-6, which we like on the pass line. Let's get a repeat here. 6-2-8. There's another midnight. 6-6 midnight. 5-2-7. Okay, we didn't get it. But when you get to the 3 and hit the 3 level, that's that middle one, that 1, 3, 2, the 3 always guarantees you a profit. So I'm okay with losing that. But we're gonna go to level 2. We're gonna move up here and hit level 2. We were at level 2 there, right? But we won, so we're gonna go back down to base, up a level. So we're at level 2 here. I should have been with the chips. Sorry, we're at level 2. Come out, 7. Yeah, baby. Pays me 2. Add 2. Level 3. There's a 5-1-6. Let's get paid. Let's get paid on that 6, shall we? There's a 9, 5-4-9. 5-4-9. 5-1-6. Love it. All right, at level 3, we got paid. And again, there's 6 units out there, like so. We're gonna stack backwards to 2 units. I'm gonna fix my rack, so I'm at 7. There's my initial bankroll. This, all profit. And if I wanna put it back here, we're at 175 in profit with $100 out there. If I pull this back, we're at goal, 20% goal. We're gonna be aggressive. We're gonna go and try and get the 4. There's a 9. New point is 9. So 3-2-5. That rolled, that was a 3-2-5. 5-4-9. 5-4-9. So that's going to pay, obviously, each of those stacks of 2 will get paid 2 units. Again, decision time. We can stack it all up and go with a 4-unit power play right here, or we can bring some back. What I want to actually do here is bring back 1 unit from that to make sure that I'm at my goal. This is my go home money. There's 1,000, there's 200, that's 20%. What I have out here now is 7 units. We're gonna let 7 units ride on the pass line. 7 wants a 7, right? Let's get ourselves in a pass line winner and be out of here. Oh no, that's a bummer. 1-3-4. So that's gonna be a tough one for us on the pass line to make. Let's see if we can't do it. 5-1-6. Now, you know, I love the point of 4. I say this all the time. The point of 4 is my favorite point because if you're a pass line player, if you're playing in the box, it's hard to hit a 4. So a lot of times you'll see a lot of this while you're waiting for the 4 to come. If you're on the don't pass, obviously we like the 4 because it's harder to get to. And the 7 usually reigns on that one. So 4 is a great point for either side of the table. Here though, it's our only bullet in the gun. So we need to get a 4 to get paid. And it's been a while since I've seen a 4. So hopefully we'll get paid. That was a 6-2-8, by the way. Here's a 6-4-10. There's a yo that rolled. That was a yo 11. Ooh, 5-2-7. Bummer. Didn't get it. Didn't get it. It would have been nice, right? That would have been a $350 win for us had we got the 4 there. But as it is, we locked up our 200, and the ladder system worked on both ends today. We just didn't get that big one here. I would have loved to have won 350 here at the very end to close this thing out. That would have been super cool. Didn't work out, but you can see the system, right? You can see how we're working this thing. And again, it's not just a basic ladder. If it's a basic ladder, you're gonna grind that shit out all day long. For me, let's see, let's get to here. Come on, there we go. For me, taking the extra juice by progressing the bets, and again, I did a 1-3-2 progression where I'm adding money from my rack, I'm power pressing from the rack, which puts me at bigger risk. Doing a 1-2-3-4 where there's no additional money, but you're pulling at level 3, fine, right? Either way you want to do it, it's going to totally work for you, right? But you got to be aggressive with this. This is an offensive system. That's why I called it the offensive line, because you're going after the streak of wins. Both systems today found their streak, right? I found a 1-3-2-4 on the don't. I found a 1-3-2 twice on the right side. Boy, if that last point would have got hit, we'd have been out of here with $1,000 profit. That'd have been pretty nice, right? So unfortunately, we didn't quite get that there, right? But that's the idea. Anyway, that's it. So Waylon's saying your past line ladder parlay would have made a killing. Essentially, it's what I was doing for the most part, right? I just didn't collect on the second one. I left it out there. Progressions like that, the parlay progressions are a feel thing, right? I personally feel like things happen in clusters of 2 or 3. That's why I go for the streaks on those things. And this is definitely a power play. This is not the kind of thing that you're doing with scared money or light money. This is, you're going after this thing. So that's interesting, cool. All right. Am I planning to go live with Charlie from DG? Oh yeah, let's actually go to questions here. Let me go back to this screen here so you can see all of me. And let me start, again, cues if you want questions answered. Let me go to my glasses on so I can read them. California Craft Hubs wants me to go live with Charlie. Yes, I'm going to do that. I think the video dropped last night. That was my interview with Charlie from the Crapsathon. And I've been promising. Here's the problem, guys. I'm so freaking busy. These shows take a long time. Like, this is like an hour at night, an hour in the morning to kind of get ready for the show here. It takes me a hot minute to get these things prepared for you. I do want to roll with Charlie. I really want Charlie to sit with me for a whole hour or more and teach me the DGE system in front of you. So remember when I taught my sister how to play, that was me teaching her how to play basic craps. I want Charlie to kind of sit with me and go, here's where the bets go, and really explain it like I'm a dumbass so that we all get from the horse's mouth how he plays. Because there's a lot of, confusion is the wrong word, there's a lot of misinformation about the way Charlie plays. I've seen a lot of negative things about what he says and how he does it. He actually does it a little differently than I think we all think he does. And I want to sit with him and go, here's what we're doing. Where's the math behind it? How does it actually work? And I want to see what that looks like. So yes, Charlie and I will be doing a live thing at some point for sure. That is in the works, just a matter of when. Let's see. Fives says, of course, the risk with ladder is falling off the top. Normally you'll be okay. And like he notes next to that, I dodged a bullet, right? We were all the way down to the end. The 7 always wins. It's just a matter of when it's going to win. We happen to hit the big one. Could you have done what I did at the casino? That's an honest question for you, for everybody. When I was down on the dark side one, and I was down to my last 3 chips or 4 chips in my rack, and I had 3 stacks of 8 chips out there, right? That's tough. Even if I pulled all that back, I still would have been behind by $400. That's why I left it out there, because I know that when I hit it, we're going to be in good shape. It's a risk. It's a big risk, and I dodged a bullet there for sure. So there we go. That's all the PC and questions that I see in the chat. So let's see, anything else we want to talk about. Waylon, did you have a strategy you wanted me to run on Fridays? If you do, let me know, maybe over email or something, what to do Friday. But Friday, I'm going to break one of these down. And what I really want to do when I break it down is look at, like I did at the beginning here, right? If you lose 1, lose 2, lose 3, how does the system pay you in the end? And really what the bankroll has to look like. So I think it's going to be fun to break down, because your bets are typically multi-bet ladders versus what I did today, a single bet ladder. A single bet ladder, the math is easy. You can see 1 chip makes 2 chips and whatever, it's simple. Multiple things are tough, right? On the math for folks to really get their heads wrapped around. So that's why I want to break it down with you. So pick one out. I'm going to do the UIS for sure. You pick another one and we'll do them both on Friday. That'll be the thing. So cool. Let's see. Yeah, PS. I know. I've got. So I learned. I didn't know that he was like that. It's funny. He's a nice guy, by the way. Charlie and I talked twice, right? The show and then afterwards. He's such a cool dude. He's just a fun guy. Like, I talk to you all the time about who are the guys you want to sit and have a beer with or have a cup of coffee with, right? Greg's one of them. I got to check it off my bucket list. I got to hang out with Greg for a little bit. Ken, Crappy the Craftsman, Waylon, DGE. These are the guys you want to, and Jacob from Wager Me This. And I can cross Jeremy off my bucket list. I had a meal with Jeremy once. So I've got some people on the bucket list still to sit and talk to. I think Charlie would be really fun to just sit on a lounge chair with and just talk to shit with. I think he'd be really fun. He's a really smart guy. He can go here and here and here, and it can be hard. Now I know. We can rein it in. I can just keep the conversation going in the path it needs to go, and I know that now. So Yes. Are you talking to me, Greg? I hope you're talking to me. Live don't. We should do it. I'll tell you what, and we say this all the time. We love to do all these fun strategies. I love rolling out random shit. I love my 410 Bank Street. You'll see it tomorrow. I love doing these things. At the end of the day, my happy place, like Greg's, is a simple don't with some odds. Or I'll do or I'll do the ricochet. The ricochet is another place to be on the don't with a very simple bet. It's just, you can sit there and, like I said, I'm a social person. I'll be at the table just yakking it up, having a good old time, playing my don't, collecting my chips, and it just works out. This is a way, maybe without the ladder, maybe if I just do the thing without the ladder part and just do the progression part, can make more money while doing it. But man, the don't is just fun. Just sitting there and we can just talk. When Greg and I were together, we were, of course, BSing a lot. But yeah, if we're both playing the don't on different levels, and we can just talk and you know, have a day. That's the whole point. This game has got to be fun. I was talking to Dice Jedi, our dealer friend. One of the things he noted to me, and I said this on my podcast way back, and I had to get back to doing the podcast shows. Nothing drives me more nuts than a cranky ass old don't player. Like, I love the don't. I think a lot of us do. But the guy that's back there just bitching at the table and putting chips in the way on purpose, like, that's a freaking annoying. You don't got to be that guy, right? There's no reason for that. Just have fun. Just make your money and don't root against everybody else. So, yeah, don't pass with odds would have got hammered on the second run for sure, Waylon. You know, not yet. I'm working through that. The thing with AC is that or correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it 25 minimums all across town? Or are they down to 15s now? Because the minimums dictate what I'm going to play. If I've got a $25 minimum that I'm facing, it's a different play than normal. This, I'm not sure I would go out there with this because you saw what happened here. I'm not willing to put 750 at risk basically in one roll when that's all I'm bringing. So I'll find something else. I haven't decided what I'm going to do in AC yet. And by the way, that's coming. We're March now. I'll be there in a month. So I got to get plans figured out. So cool. All right. 9 a.m. Got to roll. Good session today. I'm glad that both strategies won. So when I cut the video down, it'll look like I'm a champion. Right? That's always good to happen. I like when they lose too, but it's good to see that the thought process does work, and there was some pucker time there for sure. Yeah, you told me that Greg. I agree. $25 is unacceptable. You got to have someplace to run. You know, and it's garbage when it's that high. All right, let's go. I had to get to work. Love y'all. Thanks again. Again, Greg, I'm sorry. I'm going to unsubscribe from you today, but I'm going to refresh your channel every 15 minutes until you get to $9.99, and then I'm going to be your 1,000th friend. So that's my goal. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to run the 410 Bank Street strategy, which I showed you yesterday, but I'm going to do it officially tomorrow and try and work that thing into an official, like, how to play the strategy video like I did today. So you'll have a good day. I'll see you in the morning. Bye.